Clever and invented high heels, clearly had a side hustle as a torturer.
My dear mother always says, fire tests gold, suffering tests a woman.
Is your favorite brand secretly a torturer? Wednesday Addams thinks so, and the answer will shock you. So stick around.
She will. I'm playing the long game. My mom say people appreciate me when I'm older. I know they're probably just trying to make me feel better, but...
Listen, people like me and you were different. We're original thinkers, intrepid outliers in this vast cesspool of adolescence. Us?
She will. I'm playing the long game.
Playing the long game. Playing the long game is a fantastic idiom that means you're not looking for immediate results. Instead, you're making decisions and taking actions now that will lead to a bigger success in the distant future. It's all about patience and strategic thinking, a great mindset for achieving ambitious goals. He's not worried about a small loss today. He's investing for retirement, truly playing the long game. It describes someone focusing on future rewards rather than short-term gains, showing strategic patience.
Probably just trying to make me feel better, but...
Listen, people like me and you were different. We're original...
People like me and you. Using the phrase, people like me and you, is a way to create a sense of connection and shared identity. It suggests that you and the listener belong to a special group that is different from the mainstream. It's often used to build solidarity or highlight unique qualities that set you apart from everyone else. Let's be honest, people like me and you would rather read a book than go to a loud party. It shows a shared preference that defines a specific group of people, creating an instant bond.
You were different. We're original thinkers, intrepid outliers in this vast cesspool of adolescence.
Original thinkers. An original thinker is someone who comes up with new, innovative ideas rather than just following the crowd. This is a powerful compliment for anyone who is creative and dares to be different. It highlights their unique perspective and intellectual independence. Calling someone this praises their creativity and courage. The company needs more original thinkers to solve these complex problems and stay ahead of the competition. It expresses a need for creativity and innovation, particularly in a professional or problem-solving context.
Yeah, I know Inez is usually 3 sheets to the wind, but she keeps calling the mayor and she's BSing that there's lights on at the old Gates place, so do a drive-by, make sure there's no squatters. Yeah, I know Inez is usually 3 sheets to the wind, but she keeps...
3 sheets to the wind. This is a colorful nautical idiom for being very drunk. 3 sheets to the wind refers to the rope's sheets on a sailboat coming loose, causing the sail to flap wildly in the wind and the boat to stagger, much like a drunk person. It's a very descriptive and classic way to say someone is heavily intoxicated. After the celebration, he was 3 sheets to the wind and could barely find his keys. It humorously describes someone who has had too much to drink and is losing their coordination.
Win, but she keeps calling the mayor and she's BSing that there's lights on at the old Gates place.
BSing. BSing is a common informal abbreviation for bullshitting, which means to talk nonsense or to lie in a casual way. It's a slightly more polite way to write or say the full curse word. You use it when you believe someone is not being truthful or is exaggerating wildly. It's definitely slang, so save it for informal chats. I could tell he hadn't done the reading and was just BSing his way through the presentation. It means he was faking his knowledge and trying to deceive the audience with nonsense.
Lights on at the old Gates place, so do a drive-by, make sure there's no squatters.
Do a drive-by. While drive-by can have a very negative meaning, in this context, it simply means to quickly drive past a location to check on something without stopping. The sheriff is asking his deputy to casually inspect the house from the car. This is a great example of how the same phrase can have different meanings depending on the situation. Could you do a drive-by of my house while I'm on vacation just to make sure everything looks okay? It shows a casual request to quickly check on a location without needing to get out of the car.
Volunteer? Aren't you pumped about disco balls and spiked punch? There's even a DJ. MC Bloodsuckers.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. I'll probably do that anyway.
Not gonna volunteer? Aren't you pumped about disco balls and spiked punch? There's even
Pumped about. If you're pumped about something, you're incredibly excited and full of energy for it. It's a very enthusiastic and informal way to express anticipation. Think of it like you're pumping yourself up with excitement. It's perfect for talking about parties, games, or any event you're really looking forward to. She is so pumped about starting her new job next week, she can't stop talking about it. It shows a high level of excitement and eagerness for an upcoming event.
MC Bloodsuckers.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyes.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. This is a classic hyperbole, an extreme exaggeration used to make a point. When you say, I'd rather stick needles in my eyes, you mean you absolutely do not want to do something. You're saying that even a painful, horrible alternative would be preferable. It's a very dramatic and humorous way to refuse something or express strong dislike. He hates shopping so much, he said he'd rather stick needles in his eyes than go to the mall on a Saturday. It expresses an extreme and comical dislike for a particular activity.
But then you pull something like this, and I have no idea where I stand. I mean, am I in the more than friend zone, or just a pawn in some game you're playing?
I'm just dealing with a lot right now.
But then you pull something like this, and I have no idea where I stand.
Where I stand. When you don't know where you stand with someone, it means you're confused about the nature of your relationship and their feelings toward you. It expresses uncertainty and a need for clarity. Are you friends? More than friends? Enemies? This phrase is key in emotional conversations where someone feels insecure or is getting mixed signals. After our argument, he's been very distant, and now I have no idea where I stand. It expresses confusion and emotional uncertainty about the status of a relationship.
Idea where I stand. I mean, am I in the more than friend zone?
More than friend zone. This is a modern twist on the classic term friend zone. The friend zone is where someone wants a romantic relationship, but the other person only sees them as a friend. Here, Tyler flips it, asking if he's in the more than friend zone, meaning a potential romantic category. It's a clever way to ask about romantic possibilities. I'm hoping I'm in the more than friend zone, but I'm too nervous to ask him directly. It shows a desire for a relationship to be romantic rather than purely platonic.
Am I in the more than friend zone, or just a pawn in some game you're playing?
A pawn in a game. Calling someone a pawn in a game is a powerful metaphor. In chess, a pawn is the least powerful piece, often sacrificed for a greater strategy. So, this expression means you feel like you're being used by someone for their own manipulative purposes, without any regard for your feelings or well-being. It implies you are an unimportant and disposable part of their larger plan. She realized she was just a pawn in his scheme to get a promotion at work. It means she felt used and manipulated for someone else's personal gain.
We both know that there's a monster out there. If we're going to stop it, I think it's time we both put our differences aside and began to work together.
And this is your stake for me to deal you in?
If we're going to stop it, I think it's time we both put our differences aside and began to work together.
And this is your stake.
Put our differences aside. The phrase, put our differences aside, is a call for collaboration. It means to temporarily ignore disagreements or conflicts in order to work towards a common goal. It's a mature and practical approach when teamwork is more important than personal disputes. You'll often hear this in movies right before two rivals decide to team up. The two politicians had to put their differences aside to pass the important bill. It shows people choosing to cooperate for a greater good, despite their disagreements.
Together.
And this is your stake for me to deal you in?
Deal you in. Deal me in is an informal expression that comes from card games like poker. It literally means give me cards so I can join the game. Figuratively, it means let me be a part of your plan or activity. The sheriff uses it here to ask if Wednesday's offer is her way of officially joining his investigation. That sounds like a fun project. If you need another person on the team, deal me in. It's a casual and enthusiastic way of saying you want to be included in an activity or plan.
Clever invented high heels, clearly had a side hustle as a torturer.
As my dear mother always says, fire tests gold, suffering tests a woman.
Speaking of suffering, where's your date? Clever invented high heels, clearly had a side hustle as a torturer.
Side hustle. A side hustle is a modern slang term for a secondary job or project that you do in addition to your main job to earn extra money. It's often something you're passionate about. Wednesday is humorously suggesting that the inventor of high heels must have secretly enjoyed torturing people as their second job. It's a very popular term in today's gig economy. She works as a graphic designer, but her side hustle is selling handmade jewelry online. It describes a secondary source of income, often related to a personal passion or hobby.
Fire tests gold, suffering tests a woman.
Fire tests gold, suffering tests a woman. This is a profound saying that works as a metaphor. Just as real gold is proven by its ability to withstand intense fire, a woman's true strength and character are revealed through hardship and suffering. It suggests that difficult experiences don't break a strong person. They purify and prove their worth, making them even more resilient. After losing her job and starting a new company, she remembered the phrase, fire tests gold, suffering tests a woman, and felt empowered. It shows that adversity can be a test that ultimately reveals a person's inner strength and resilience.
Unicorn collection. Is this why you snuck out last night? Thing and I may have made an unsanctioned trip to the county morgue to copy the files of the monster's victims.
Okay, there are so many levels of ew in that statement, and I don't even know where to begin.
I need to get inside his head. Discover any left unicorn collection.
Is this why you snuck out last night?
Thing and I may have made
Snuck out. The phrasal verb to sneak out means to leave a place secretly and quietly, without permission, to avoid being seen or heard. It's often associated with teenagers leaving their house at night without their parents knowing. Enid is asking Wednesday if she secretly left their dorm room the previous night. He snuck out of the boring meeting to take an important phone call. It means leaving a place secretly to avoid notice, often because you're not supposed to leave.
night. Thing and I may have made an unsanctioned trip to the county morgue to copy the
Unsanctioned trip. An unsanctioned trip is a journey that is not officially approved or permitted. The word sanctioned means having official permission. By adding the prefix un, it reverses the meaning. It's a formal and dramatic way to say they went somewhere they weren't supposed to go. It sounds much more serious than just sneaking out. The journalist made an unsanctioned trip into the restricted zone to get the story. It describes a journey taken without official approval, implying a degree of risk or rule breaking.
the monster's victims.
Okay, there are so many levels of ew in that statement, and I don't even know where to begin.
Levels of ew. Ew is a common interjection used to express disgust. By saying there are so many levels of ew, Enid is using modern informal slang to emphasize just how disgusting and disturbing she finds Wednesday's confession. It's a playful and very current way to say that something is gross on multiple levels. He described the dead rat in detail. There were just so many levels of you in that story. It's a trendy, emphatic way to express that something is extremely disgusting in various ways.
Hope you learned something cool today with English by Movie. Hit like, subscribe for more, and let's chat in the comments. Don't miss what's coming next. Bye for now.